Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay, and I'm so glad that you could join me this morning for my daily spiritual practice. Well, we are really needing some points to ponder this morning, aren't we, to bring us back into alignment. You know, there are so many things going on in our world that our human mind can't take in, can't understand, can't explain. So this morning, I'd like to share a reading with you that reminds us that there are miracles everywhere. And it is time for us to focus on a higher power because there are always answers in a higher power. So this morning's reading is coming from Live in Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Joff. And Bob has entitled this reading this morning, If Jesus didn't think we could live the life he described, he wouldn't have told his friends they could do greater things than him. In the Bible, there's a story where Jesus wiped some mud on a blind man's eyes, and the man saw colors for the first time. Jesus strolled up to a guy who had never walked before and said, "Get up, take your mat, and go home." Jesus felt the touch of a woman who'd been bleeding for 12 years. He turned to her and said, "Your faith has made you well." And she became well. Jesus showed up on the scene and healed people. But before he healed them, he saw them. He saw their immediate need, sure, but he also saw what was behind it, because Jesus was attentive to those most overlooked. It's hard to believe we can do greater things than Jesus when we think about his miracles, but it starts by taking him at his word and then seeing people the way Jesus did. How can we go about healing people if we don't see them through the gaze of love? Of all the things Jesus did, I'm struck by what a miracle it was that he always had room for more. He seemed to pick up friends wherever he went. Some who were hungry, some who were hurting, and some who were hunting for a new identity. Wherever they were, when they came with humble hearts, he said they were welcome. This is the life that Jesus wants for us, to see people, to feed them, and to welcome them. He wouldn't have told us we'd do greater things than him if he didn't think we could. So this morning, as we go into our meditation, I'd like you to ponder this statement. Jesus wouldn't have told us we could do greater things than him if he didn't believe it. He thinks we can. So I invite you to just get comfortable where you are and just let go of all that stuff that's playing through your mind. Take a deep breath in as you close your eyes and just sink into whatever's beneath you. The sofa, the bed, the chair. Let it truly support you. Just let yourself go. Just get really comfortable. Take a deep breath in and let it out. As we step into this sacred place, this sacred space, this sacred place of meditation, this high consciousness where we prepare our minds for the best that life has to offer. And from this place of being, we give ourselves an opportunity to accept everything that's going on in our world, in our lives, in our bodies, in our minds, and our emotions. For right here, right now, we are focusing on a higher power. All the circumstances that are presenting in our lives right now, we just let it all go. Just be right here, right now, with me in high consciousness, totally supported, surrounded in love. Just relax into the emptiness and know with me that life is revealing and unfolding in divine perfection. And as you sit in this high consciousness, I invite you to ponder that Jesus wouldn't have told his friends they could do greater things than him if he didn't believe they could. So as you sit in this high consciousness, I ask you, who do you see in your life who needs to be met by the love of God? I remind you that the life that Jesus wanted for us was to see people, to feed people, and to welcome them. Who do you see in your life who needs to be met by the love of God? Knowing that Jesus wouldn't have told us that we could do greater things than Him if He didn't believe it. And so, in this time when our human mind just cannot answer our questions, we turn to a higher power. We focus on the statement that Jesus said that we will do greater things than Him. And so, as our journey comes to a close, I remind you that the title of this morning's reading was, If Jesus didn't think we could live the life He described, He wouldn't have told His friends they do greater things than Him. Each one of us has been called forth at a time such as this. Our human mind just can't answer all the things that are going on in the world as we watch them unfold and be revealed. But if we focus on a higher power, then we know all is well, and so are we. The things are unfolding in divine right order. I thank you for being a light in the world. I thank you for starting your day with a daily spiritual practice. I am so grateful that you join me on Wednesdays and Fridays. On Friday, I'll be back with a word for the week. I send you much love and many blessings. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay, here at the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you. See you on Friday.